In this video, you will learn how to create a basic crewmate using Google Drawings. Step 1, open up Google Drawings. Step 2, I will introduce you to using all the tools and features in order to get to your end goal, which is creating your crewmate. Eventually, you will start to add color to your crewmate, which I will show you in the next video, and then you can get as advanced as you like. You can see that my crewmate is made up of basic shapes that are layered on top of each other. You will create these shapes using the shape tool. For right now, I'm just going to delete all these shapes and restart. So the shape tool can be found up in the top left-hand corner. You can see it's called shapes. Within the shape tool, there are multiple shapes to choose from, and within each multiple shapes are lots of different options that you can click. You will be using the shapes most of the time. First of all, let's talk about different shapes that you can use for your preferences. Now, at first, when I started this, I found this shape tool and I thought it was perfect for the crewmate head, but then I found it's very rectangular and I didn't really like that shape. And I found an even better shape. Down below, you will see this sideways shape, and it looks more like the crewmate head, the body shape. It's just going a different direction. I want it up and down. So I'm going to delete this shape. And again, to get to this shape, you go to shapes, shapes, all the way down to the bottom here. You'll see this sideways curved rectangle. That is the one I selected. Now let's talk about the next feature. The next feature that we're going to talk about is the rotate feature. When you select your shape, you can rotate your shape any direction you like. Once you see your cursor go into this plus sign, you can see this little dot above the shape. Once you see that plus sign, click and hold and turn your shape any direction you like. I'm going to turn it so it's a straight at 270 degrees. I'm going to let go, and now my shape is going the direction I want to. The next thing we're going to talk about is the marquees. The marquees are these little tiny squares that you see here. Sorry, let me click again. So these little squares you see here, here, and it goes all the way around your shape. You have marquees on the corners and marquees on the sides and tops. The sides and tops, if you click on the sides, you can extend it sideways, however much you like. If you click on the top marquees, you can go up and down. And if you click the corner marquees, you can go both directions. I like to use the corner marquees most because it can get the exact shape I'm looking for. I want this to be fairly large. I'm going to say about right there. Looks pretty good to me. I'm also going to shorten this up just a little bit to make room for the legs. So what I'm thinking, I'm just creating the head and part of the body right now. Click off your shape. Now we are ready to move on to the legs of the crewmate. Again, remember, in the shape tool and in shapes, there are multiple different shapes to choose from based on your preferences. What I found is the rectangular tool will create a leg that is more straight and edgy. And another tool or shape you might be interested is the rounded rectangle tool. This one is my personal favorite because it creates a leg that's a little more rounded on the bottom. And I tend to like that just a little bit more. So I'm going to get rid of this rectangular tool, and I'm going to go for this rounded rectangular shape instead. Now, again, you can adjust your tool using the marquees and the rotating feature as much as you like. Don't worry about these different shapes yet. I'll show you how to merge them together, or for most of you, your shirt is going to hide those shapes. Next tip. You can copy and paste shapes to create the same exact shape. Click on the shape you would like to copy, hold down Control, CTRL, and also hold down C at the same time. C as in cat. Next, hold down Control again, CTRL, and the V button, V as in Victoria. And you will see, oops, I copied a little too many, and I copied my shape. Now I can drag this over and have the same exact shape as I have to create a second leg. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the guidelines. If you hold down a shape or object and you try to move it, you will see these red guidelines appear to help guide you. So if you want things to match up perfectly, you can go along with those guides. And now you can see that this shape is lined up with the shape on the bottom, but not on the side here. So again, I'm going to click that tool and use the guides to help guide me to the correct location that I want to be in. So everything lines up really well. Now, I want just a little extra space here. That's just a personal preference. So again, if you're looking to adjust, use the marquees to make adjustments. I'm trying to keep these shapes relatively similar in size, so I'm going to go off of that. That looks good. Next step, we are going to create the goggles using oval tools. Select shapes, and the oval tool is right here. Now, if you want a perfect circle, you can hold down Shift and drag to create your object, and that will create a perfect shape. But I don't want a perfect circle for this. I just want an oval. So in that situation, I'm going to select the oval tool and create my oval. I can make it any direction and size that I want by dragging it out. So I'm going to say about that size looks good. Make some adjustments to where I want it to go. Maybe about right there. You can also make adjustments and rotate it. Remember, any direction you like. Once you're satisfied with your work, you can create the reflection piece. Now, for the reflection, I'm going to go more of the traditional route. You don't have to. You can leave it just like this if you want it really basic and simple, but I will show you how to layer objects on top of each other. So I'm going to use the Control Paste feature. Make this a little bit smaller and line it up with the top. Make adjustments as I like based on my personal preferences. Next step, copy and paste that smaller oval to create an even smaller oval yet to create that 3-ring reflection, let's say. Now, let's say these objects get placed differently in the ordering. The next thing I'm going to teach you is order. So you can see that these 3 shapes are on top of each other exactly how I like. But maybe something went wrong and that shape somehow is behind this shape and this shape. And I want to bring these shapes into different orders. So what you can do is select a shape, right-click on your keypad on your laptop, or right-click using your mouse. You will see this order feature. Click on order, and you can bring shapes more toward the front. You can bring it forward, you can send it back, or all the way to the back. I want this little shape to be all the way to the front. Now you can see that that shape is up in front. You can control the ordering of your shapes and your objects however you like. And again, if you want to change the order of what is going on, you can use the order feature. Just select the shape you want to adjust, right-click, order, and select where you want it to go. That will help you adjust the order. Next, we are going to create the shirt. If you would like a shirt, that is your personal preference. Again, you can choose any shape you like, but what I found works best is this shape right next to the shape that we used for the head and the body. It is not going the correct direction, so just make a basic shape. Use the rotating tool to rotate it to 270 degrees. There we go. And then from there, line it up with the left side of your crewmate and make adjustments you see fit. Use those guidelines to help you. Now, if you go all the way up here, you're going to see all this overlapping. So what I did is I just brought this down to about right there for the shirt. Now, if you do not want a shirt, you do not have to add that. But in order to make this look like one piece, the head and the legs, what you're going to have to do is get rid of the outline. Unfortunately, if you don't want the outline, select border color transparent. Again, select your shape, select border color tool and transparent. Do this for each shape, and this will make it look like one big piece. If you do want the outlines, you can leave them. Again, if you don't want the outlines, go to border color and transparent to get rid of your outlines. In the next video, I'm going to go over outlines a little bit more as well as color, but it is up to you how you want to create your pieces for your crewmate.